Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Drex making a video.
In the sun a bit on your right. The sun.
Behind the scene.
Ironically enough, not with my camera.
This is an international video actually. Buonasera. Buonasera. Hello everybody. Internet is a great place where you can express yourself and everybody can say what they think about it. So I was going to write a very long comment or something like that, but then I realized that this is the much interesting way to deal with this kind of content. What do you think, Andrea?
Yes, I agree.
Andrea, I want to show you a video from a guy that I knew in person in 2013 when I was traveling in the States. And this video has been a little bit controversial, but I think that it may be super interesting. So let's have a talk about this. Let's watch and let's see. And if you want to, you just stop.
Okay.
I just stop.
Hey friends, so
Ciao. Hello.
I've got a story to share. Back in 2013, Keith Marshall was halfway through his tour of the United States Flow Festivals, and he built up quite a following. His three-poi technique, including the first poi juggling, I can recall seeing won over a lot of admiration. He got a lot of people excited.
This actually was the Vulcan Loft place. Was really, yeah, it was really cool actually.
Yes, Steve.
Yeah, in San Francisco, not really San Francisco.
Yeah,
in Oakland,
okay.
Super cool.
Great things from
Not just for the possibility of learning new tricks, but also the possibilities of merging together the worlds of poi spinning and juggling. We were at Ignite Festival in Joshua Tree, California, and the heat had been so intense that a small group of us piled into the Flow Toys van and went to a local bar to get lunch and...
I have a thing to say about this. Actually, yes, I remember this thing happening. It was really cold, was really hot, and I remember this little team going to the hotel with the air conditioning. But I remember that a lot of us, we stayed there and we enjoyed the hot because that was the mood. Drex, I really disagreed with that. Like, I mean, what the F is wrong with you guys? I mean, we are in the desert, super cool festival, and you pack everything and you go to the hotel to get AC. Come on, guys, you can be better than this.
I was more than a little confused. The question was not over whether indeed merging the poi and juggling worlds was a good idea and what cost that might come at for poi spinners, but that such a question was moot because poi's classification as a type of juggling seemed self-evident to him. After all, what use was there in asking if poi assimilating into the juggling world was a good idea, if indeed you could just say that poi always had been a type of juggling? This was the first time that a juggler and I talked past each other on whether poi was or should be part of the juggling world.
And now Andrea asks us a very, very, very interesting question. Please, again, what did you ask?
Why?
Why? The question is why? Why will be this problematic and why? I mean,
you have a lot of free time because if you are...
Yeah, why? I mean, I watched all the video and this is the first question and the last question that I had. Let's go to
all the questions. Why?
Sorry, man.
3 letters.
Sorry, but this is the game. This is the internet. Let's watch all the video. I mean, 44 minutes. It's a lot. I think if we really watch everything, this reaction will be 7 hours.
Yes.
So
maybe 10.
This is amazing. Actually, thank you, Drex. I mean, to give us the opportunity to do something creative.
Last 10 plus years, I have had this same debate in countless forms with countless people. That debate has been appearing a lot more often lately, and I think it's time to really interrogate both the premises that it's based upon and actually answer the question my friends seem so keen to avoid. Is placing poi in the juggling world actually beneficial to poi spinners? Drex here from Drex Factor Poi, sharing with you the...
Who are poi spinners? Who are? Is that a community that since you spin poi you are in? What is this thing of the poi spinning community? Because this is something that I don't get actually. I mean, if I spin poi, just for the fact that I spin poi, I am in a community. I mean, how does it work to build a community? And this, I mean, it's something close. It's like a clan. It's like a tribe, and you have to go in and go out. This is a topic that I don't understand. yeah.
both in person and online in the past decade. I've had this debate with friends, strangers, and everyone in between, representing positions ranging from,
Poll
of
of
course,
every
to
people in the United
No,
States.
man, no, non essere offensivi. Sì, dai, però non lo dobbiamo smerdare.
Non è smettere.
Sì, però se tu dici la melone significa che, capito? Piano, facciamo, si scherza.
So why is there even a debate, and what are the contentions on each side? That's what I'm going to dive into in this video. I'm going to do my best to present the arguments in an objective fashion, but I'll be real with y'all.
And we will do the same.
I do have my own position on this, and I'm going to outline why that is. One of the more recent examples of this question coming back up was when a meme got posted.
You are starting with the meme. You are starting all the video with the meme. You know what I mean? This is a meme on, I don't think this has to be taken so much seriously, first of all.
There are three major lines of argument and or motivations guiding it. Let's take a look at each of them. Part 1. Can't we all get along?
Yes, we can.
Let me explain my skepticism for the a priori arguments. I think the biggest thing I'd touch on here is just that I think we should be very careful when we ascribe many concepts as being universal to all human culture and experience.
Thank you. I agree with this totally. And I would like that you remember this during in general, because this sentence is very important actually. That,
interesting concepts.
It's like poi community, like poi spinners, you know, this kind of stuff. Like there is not one poi community for all the world. There are different ways you can use poi, and you can be a poi spinners, you know.
An infinite.
There's also a second line of reasoning I frequently see when it comes to placing poi and flow arts under the juggling umbrella, and it takes the form of comparing what's going on in the United States to the scene in Europe. As I understand it, poi has been considered a part of the juggling and circus scene in most of Europe now for many years. Indeed, many of the first generation of tech poi spinners.
You could choose a better clip from Ronan actually. I'm pretty sure that there is something better available on the internet with Ronan. But yeah,
Documented, and absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. But I do find the timing of that shift interesting.
Man, this is...
But I'll get more into that later. Also,
man, this is crazy, like, because I have the spoiler. This is going... You can't imagine where it's going with this thing. Like, that... This is really the reason why I want to do this video, because it's too funny, honestly. Really, it's too much.
During the heyday of the tech poi boom in the late 2000s and early 2010s, new frameworks and works of scholarship on poi movement dropped with dependable regularity. Since manipulation has risen to become the dominant style, however, this focus has switched instead to adapting tricks already pioneered in the juggling world to poi. That may mean that people are the first to perform a given trick, but it doesn't mean that the trick is an original work. I think we've seen a decline in originality and creativity in the poi world as a result of assimilation into juggling. And I think we've seen an alarming number of both new and old artists internalize their position of prop manipulation hierarchy as being beneath that of jugglers, and either switch props to climb to a higher rank of the
higher rank of what? Like you get money from this. Like what is the interest in this? Like, I mean, I don't think there are so much money. You are talking about internet hype, about sponsor like that send you some props at home. This is the benefit of, I mean, this thing of the hierarchy, and like, what is the benefit on this? Just about people that follow you and say that you are good, or when you go to the convention, in the gym, everybody watch you and say, oh look, that trick I'm not able to do, but
look at
this is
beauty and good.
This is so so detached from my world. This is so far from my world.
Yeah.
I really cannot get it.
The whole tech versus flow debate has its roots in the ways that tech poi spinners have acted as gatekeepers towards people who focus more on movement than on building out their trick skill trees. We already were not great at this, and assimilation has dialed this problem up to 11. So if indeed the merit of assimilating into the juggling world is dubious for poi spinners, it does bear asking, why do so many jugglers and even some poi spinners want to do it anyway? What do they get out of this arrangement, and what's wrong with poi spinners viewing ourselves as an independent art form? The answer, I think in all honesty, is that they kind of need us. And I think that's a fact the juggling world is having a really, really difficult time processing.
Yes, now I remember.
Part 4. Who's wagon? So I want to jump back. And it stuck out to me not just because it seemed to sideline my original question, but also because it felt strangely like somebody trying to proselytize to me. And I don't think that the timing of it was a coincidence. 2013 was a very, very important
I was
year
there.
in the flow
I was
arts.
there.
That was the
Remember?
year that the number of flow festivals peaked out at 50. We had an average of 1 per week that year, and most weeks you'd actually have a choice between multiple festivals being run in different parts of the country.
I realized that misspoke that I was very... Vabbè, 2013 I was there.
And it was also right
fuck
after I posted
2015.
the first ever top 10 poi spinners list to my YouTube channel, which, though controversial, was enormously popular.
Hello,
I'll be the first to admit that I copied the vast majority of the format from Luke Burridge's top 40 jugglers list, and...
Man, you are obsessed with this guy. Luke Burridge, please leave this guy alone. Come on. Stop it. Okay, it's fine. Okay. But please, too much Luke Burridge in your life. Look his face, like he really, really thinks a lot about Luke Burridge. Leave this guy alone, okay? He's cool. Leave him alone.
In hindsight, it might have been a good idea for me to hit him up and ask him before I copied his process and format.
Maybe.
But
I think maybe.
there
No,
was
no,
also
nothing.
something that
But-
really
No,
stuck out to
but-
me and I'm willing to
but-
bet stuck out to other people
but-
about our 2 lists that year. Luke published his results as multiple videos rather than a single video compilation that year, so it's hard to run a direct comparison. But of those videos, the one with the most views is just below 5,000. The top 10 poi spinners list from the same year, though, it currently sits at more than 200,000.
Palm
In
face.
other words, in
Palm
2013,
face,
poi
palm
spinning
face,
and
palm
flow arts
face,
were
palm
wildly
face.
popular, both in
Flexing.
person and online. But things were perhaps not as rosy in the circus world. By the end of the decade,
That's the
Ringling
point. Okay,
Brothers,
okay.
Big Apple
Like-
Circus, and Cirque du Soleil, 3 of the
Circus,
biggest circus companies in the
Because
world,
now,
had
all at a sudden, juggling became circus.
Yeah.
All at a sudden.
Voilà.
All at a sudden, juggling is circus now.
Yeah.
So it's all together. Like
Yeah,
before
yeah,
was
yeah.
juggling, then was
all in the
performance,
south.
then no fire at all, then
circus.
Circus is failing. Because circus is juggling, and you've never seen even once that circus is juggling. You are asking us to just make this connection, but you know, circus. We want to talk about circus. It's another 44 minutes long video.
all more. By 2013, a decline in attendance to the EJC from its peak in 2011 had already begun. By the close of the decade, that attendance had dropped more than 9% from the decade previous. And granted, this next
9%.
point is more anecdotal rather than data-driven, but I can remember around 2013 having conversations with friends who were not in either the flow or juggling world about this debate. And I was kind of surprised to find that juggling and circus had kind of a brand problem. The people I talked to thought of circus and juggling as being more oriented.
This is curious.
Source. The people I talk with. Source. The people I talk with. Source. This is the source.
Oriented for children's entertainment, and though few knew exactly what flow arts actually meant, the inclusion of the word arts in the title suggested something that rang intriguingly highbrow. So at this point, you can probably see where this is leading. Poi and flow arts were on a boom of creative output and cultural relevance, while the momentum for circus was headed a little bit in the opposite direction. Side note, I know I'm using circus and juggling more or less interchangeably in this section.
Thank you
and
for
that
pointing it.
has
Thank
more to
you.
do with it being difficult to find solid metrics for the popularity of juggling at the time.
Thank you very much that you noticed this, because you answered already the point. Like, yeah, you are making this up. pretty much.
But it also does have to be said that they were frequently positioned synonymously to me in discussions with jugglers at the time. If you want to take that as a gap in my reasoning, I certainly don't blame you. But show me the data that disproves my case. So, what do we
No, doesn't work like this. This is typical of conspiracy theory. It doesn't work like that. You cannot come with the cherry picking theory and tell me, show me the date. No, because in this case we can simply apply the Occam cutter.
Yes, I think yes.
So just the easiest answer is the most correct.
Yeah.
This is very there are many gaps in this.
It's a bias.
There are many bias, and also like your source, as you said, are some people that you talk with, and Cirque du Soleil and other big show that for many reasons that I don't think is related with people less interested in juggling. So people less interested in juggling and Cirque du Soleil fail. This is a very big theory, and I don't think I need any data to debunk this. So in this case, we will just apply the Occam Razor,
yes.
Occam Razor.
No,
So we take easy with this, and I don't need to show you any data. This is a typical conspiracy talking. Yes, it's so easy. Like you are coming here with a super crazy theory that actually doesn't match with my knowledge of the show business, and since I'm also professional show business, so no, this is really a conspiracy theory in my opinion, and you are also talking as a conspirationist.
Folding in poi spinners and flow artists potentially meant a boost in attendance for juggling events and more people buying juggling equipment. It also didn't hurt that it gave them the chance to put those scruffy upstart American flow artists back in their place. The irony being that in the long run, I don't think that this strategy...
Hai capito che dice?
No, questo un attimo sto pensando un altro.
Hai capito che dice? Dice che praticamente...
middle of the decade. And while promoting the idea of poi being a part of juggling seemed and continues to seem very inclusive to many jugglers, the reality is that we just haven't shown up to boost the attendance to a lot of circus events. Personally, I think it's because there was always a cultural gap between jugglers and poi spinners, and because juggling meetups center toss juggling so completely, they only managed to capture a limited percentage of poi spinners, while many others simply returned to their flow events in the woods or fell out of the scene entirely. There's this old joke.
No, this is just
your opinion.
No, I don't think. Yeah, this is an opinion. It's not a matter of fact, and also is related. Extremely related with your area and the people that you know.
Maybe only in Canada, maybe in the United States.
I think he's from Washington, but yeah, I don't think these apply worldwide actually, and I don't even think. No, this is just I didn't see this happening actually.
Over the summer of 2023, there was a post in a Facebook group called Circademics by a young woman looking for input on a project she was working on regarding the taxonomy of juggling. In her first draft, it was pretty clear that she knew nearly nothing about flow arts. For example, she placed rope dart as a subset of poi. Though I didn't and still don't believe that poi spinning is a part of juggling, I at least felt an imperative to help her understand the flow arts world a little better, and threw out several suggestions on how she could update this.
Wow, man, this was big comment.
She took a lot of that feedback and integrated it into future revisions, and though I could still see some inaccuracies, it was at least a huge improvement. So imagine my surprise when a couple months later, she releases copies of the chart as a paid product. Bear in mind, she at no point in her posts on this project said that she was creating something that she was going to sell. And nowhere on her
sell, and I did the research. You know for what she was selling that?
No.
For charity.
Okay.
She didn't give the money. Drex, come on. Drex, for charity. You are mixing up charity and personal gains. This is very bad for this woman.
Maybe Drex don't know this.
This is maybe Drex didn't know that was for charity.
Yeah.
No, we give him the benefit of the doubt. Yes. Maybe he didn't know that was for charity. Okay. But I really respect this person to use her time to make to make a charity event, and so thank you very much for doing this. And honestly, I'm happy that I really think that Drex didn't know that was for charity, because this will be a really, really low point of the video. Really low.
The lowest point.
The lowest point of the video, this will be, probably.
Myself or any of the other people who gave her feedback and corrected her mistakes. Our work was simply used to give the veneer of a more refined and more inclusive product. If there is a better metaphor for the relationship between the juggling and poi world currently, I'm not sure what it is. Part 5, the Maori of it all.
No, not
So
again.
there is one
not
other
again.
aspect of this that I haven't talked about yet, and lacking
Well,
another
I don't
spot
know
to
if we
place
can do
it,
this.
I'm just going to stick it awkwardly close to the end. And that's in our discussion around the relationship between poi and juggling. We haven't mentioned the true roots of poi at all. Namely,
Bravo.
do Maori people think that poi is a form of juggling? Do they think that their art fits under this umbrella? I'll be candid that I think the topic probably deserves an entire video unto itself, and that it's a difficult question to answer because sources are more than a little spotty. But I have
Do it. We will be here. Do it. Do that video. We will be here. Be careful, huh?
You know what? There's absolutely a valid point there. But I think that lineage passes through Maori hands rather than those of Western jugglers. And yes, we absolutely should respect and explore it more. Is there potentially a tension in arguing about being assimilated into the juggling world in an art form that arguably has been appropriated in many ways from an entirely different...
I will do an haka before my show. Now, for respected Maori.
At this point, we've haggled over semantics. We've talked about why putting poi into the juggling world in itself creates a hierarchy. We've also talked about part of what I think is motivating the attempts to merge the two worlds and how the direct antecedent to poi fits into all of this.
Exploiting the poi
So
spinners.
how about we talk about what we do with this information? Is there a way to resolve these differences?
Yes, we do a reaction video and we have a lot of fun. This is the best way to use this information.
Part 6, a little respect.
Uh,
Hard as it may be to believe, my agenda here is not to sow discord. I honestly
No.
think that
no,
absolutely
no,
not.
no,
Absolutely
no,
not.
no, no,
Don't
no,
say
never,
this.
never,
No.
never.
Never thinking about
Nobody, never, never,
Absolutely
impossible,
not.
impossible,
Impossible.
impossible. There is no way,
No way.
no way.
Okay.
but with the culture around it that many participate in, whether they know it or not. And because of that, I don't think that me or even the majority of poi spinners are going to truly feel comfortable or even welcome in spaces that jugglers have created given the status quo.
I think you are super welcome. I think you are very welcome. If you want to perform on the stage, you are super welcome if you do a very, very good act.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, and you are very welcome everywhere. And also, you are very welcome to organize your own event and invite juggler or don't or not, like, because also you are talking a lot about events organized by other people. Sorry, you are talking a lot about events organized by other people, but I think you should focus more on your events, and you will have a lot of satisfaction from that. I don't know, just do it. And
Yes.
it's fine. It's fine, really. If you want to perform. If you want to play for fun, do it for fun. But really, nobody really cares what you use.
Yes,
Even
there
many
is
of my
only
well-intentioned
your
juggler
mindset.
friends frequently just refuse to acknowledge that poi spinners receive microaggressions and abuse from jugglers.
Abuse,
Again
come on.
with
They benefit from being part of the
Abuse. What is the abuse? What is like jokes? Like, okay, you can say that you don't like that kind of jokes, and it's fine. And I mean, like, if you feel that like a microaggression, that's fine, and you have the right to disagree with that, and we can talk about that. But if you come here to tell me that the jugglers are trying to steal the hype from the spinners, and they don't respect the spinners because they are not fitting in their world, like, this is totally different things. And you, from the microaggression, you do your own aggression in this way, I guess, in my opinion, and you are uncomfortable with that. It's totally fine to point that, but I don't think we need to create weird conspiracy theories to point that. I will never joke about poi being less interesting than juggling with you, but I don't think it's something. It's it's that big of a deal actually.
System as it is. When you're part of an art form that centers you in it, it's easy to miss that fact because you're not the one who's on the receiving end of the jokes or harassment. But whether you want to believe it or not, it is there, and it's very real. So let me be clear. Neither I nor anyone else has to learn to juggle to become a real artist. The second thing I really...
Man, to be an artist, say that to be an artist is a topic that is like, since humans are, as a species, we are here, we are asking ourselves, what is an artist? And I'm sure that you don't need to juggle to be considered an artist. Really, just do it. It's not about what people think about you. And you are thinking a lot about this thing, and this really is, you don't need, nobody needs to learn juggling to be considered an artist.
It's a difficult point of view for you.
I think it's something more about to be accepted in a group that you like, and you want to be accepted in a way that you ask. Be an artist, because you are mixing to be an artist, to be in a community, and to perform. Circus, juggling, all together, Maori anthropology, yes. It's all together mixed, and all of this together is supporting your point, and this is called cherry picking.
What we love about poi and hear the answers, even if they feel unfamiliar. And honestly, this next note is more of a general one, but all of us in the flow and circus worlds really have to dismantle our egos. Someone having fun with the only 3 tricks they know does not make us ourselves less of an artist or the art we practice any...
This is a topic about art, so it's very complicated. You need to be good to be an artist, for real. You can practice art, but if you want to be a performing artist that get paid, it's like martial arts. Okay, you can
be hobby.
You can practice martial arts, but to be a professional martial artist, you need to be very good. So you need a bit more than 2 or 3 tricks to be.
No, you have to train yourself.
Yes,
to do this.
yes. If you want to be a professional artist,
yes.
Depends what you mean for artist. If you want to be an artist for yourself and practice the art for yourself, yeah, you are passionate about art. But to me, an artist is it's a life choice. That's
yes,
a bit different.
Absolutely, yes.
That's my opinion.
Be clear, if you spin poi and you consider yourself a juggler, that's great. If that's where you find your inspiration and a sense of belonging, then I'm glad to hear it. I do not think any less of you for labeling yourself in a way that makes you feel seen. But I am not, nor have I ever been a juggler.
Okay.
No problem, no problem.
Tell me
okay.
if I don't understand the historical context of the term. You want to show poi spinners and other flow artists that we are actually respected in the juggling community? Prove it. Vote us onto the top 40 jugglers list. Right?
That's the point. Your face, that's the point.
Why you are so obsessed with the top 40 charty?
Yeah,
Why you won't be there? Why you are so obsessed with that?
By ranking.
By that specific ranking, that one, and that specific site. You really are into that.
Poi spinners, not just poi jugglers, but poi spinners, appear in the galas of juggling festivals and not just open stage.
Because there was like is flow art, because before it was flow arts.
Yes.
I remember of you talking a lot about flow arts.
And there are still flow arts.
No, he was talking you, Drex, because I'm one of your first subscribers, and you subscribed to my channel. I remember. I don't know if you are. I remember that my channel is older than your, Drex. Remember this. And I remember you were talking a lot about flow arts, and in the flow arts there was hula hoop and
yes.
Stuff, and you were talking a lot about this thing, and there was a long time that in your video this was all together, and now it's just about poi, and also so on the gala stage, at least in Europe, there have been both staff and poi also since old age, as I mentioned before. So if you have a very good act, you go there, no problem.
Yes.
Invite us there. Do the work to make us feel welcome. Make sure that we appear.
You are invited in Artemisia Fire Gathering. come.
In places of honor and respect. And if that sounds like an impossible or impertinent demand, well, it kind of seems like you agree with me that jugglers showing poi spinners respect is too big a flex. Going out to harass jugglers the way many of them have harassed poi spinners over the years. Justice is that harassment ending entirely. We don't need an eye for an eye here.
Is this an harassing? I mean, do you feel harassed by me? If so, tell me. And
I think yes, a little bit.
I will change. I mean, I don't know. Let's talk about this. If you feel harassed by me, I don't think I was never harassing you. Honestly, just I was honest.
Yes.
It's enough that we create spaces for ourselves where we can celebrate our art on our own terms. And finally, here's my message to other poi spinners. Our art is awesome. If others can't recognize what makes us unique in the prop manipulation world, then that's their loss. But it
You are
also does come
beautiful.
with some
You are so. I
responsibility.
remember this
We
guy. I
shouldn't be
remember
trying to
the name. I
beg for a
remember
ticket to
was very
someone
good.
else's party just so we can feel like we're actually real artists.
Bravo.
We should strive to create real art on our own terms. That's
Real art con with the caps lock.
Russia.
A art, super big art.
hard, and it takes a really long time. It requires us to go through the process of selecting what we like and what we don't. It requires us to develop our own theories of performance, aesthetics, and expression for our art.
No, you don't need to make your own new theory. They are there, like they have been for thousands of years, like theater, dance.
Real art
It's
on our
really-
own terms.
What are you doing?
Volevo rivederlo.
It's about dance. It's about acting. It's about what is a show and what is not a show. That is basic art grammar. It's grammar. You know, like you don't need to make your own. You don't need to make new. Human beings are the same. It's like the create a new martial arts. You need to understand the fundamentals.
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 Your thoughts on all this? How do you identify? Is there a way of framing this that I haven't thought of that's really important? Leave me a comment.
Fire spinner, fire performer, pyrotechnician, fire show. This I identify as this. When I was in America in 2013, you know where I've been? To fire, drums, kinetic fire, and ignite social night. So all the festival I've been was about fire. I identify myself as a fire artist. I practice fire, okay? And also poi, eventually. What do you think about this experience?
My point of view is that I can do a trick also without say his name. So
What is the name?
the name of the trick.
Qual
I
è?
can, boy, you are feeling good with
Sì.
play with poi stuff, diablo. Do this. So and fuck everything, fuck
See,
everybody.
don't like exactly
Don't
Drex.
care
You,
about
Drex.
the
Nobody, really, nobody. I mean, I also was sad for all the negative comments that were on Facebook, and I mean, I don't think is anything useful to put so much bad vibes on Drex, and I really don't like me and Andrea. Even if we have been joking a lot tonight
Yeah,
with
we
this
are
video,
stupid.
we are pretty much stupid guys, and we are having fun, but we have nothing
like
against
Silent Bob and Jay.
we have nothing like we have nothing against you on a personal level, and actually I think you are even a cool guy. So, comunque Drex, non te la pia così male, cioè Drex, we are cool guys. I hope you don't feel this as an harassment, and we really hope that this video can be seen
Hakuna
as
Matata,
it
Drex.
is, like something funny. Okay, let's do like this with
Hakuna
something,
Matata,
something
Drex.
fun. Yeah, like peace. All of this is just about having fun, and also to de-escalate all the
The shitstorm.
The shitstorm, yeah, because actually
Little bit of shitstorm.
that was a bit too much. Like I've read some comments that was. I mean, I really think it's okay to have a bit of fun, but never to be offensive or harassing. Sorry, English is not my first language.
No.
So yeah, I hope this video will be cool. And if you even want to have a debate with us, with me, I will be
We are
very
open
happy.
24 hours.
Yes,
7
we're gonna
days.
we're gonna arrange it to love positive vibes from a fellow poi spinner like you, from true fellow poi spinner like you. Respect. Ciao Drex, ci vediamo presto. Cammino Artemisia. And now let's go editing.
Let's try to see with the eyes of the director what he's seeing.
Yeah.